Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guest is the expert at compiling the best places to do things before you die. And now he's out with his 18th book of its kind, here to share 50 places to travel with your dog before you die. We welcome back author Chris Santella. Good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Helen.
You are busy. You're a busy guy.
I'm very lucky to be able to spend a lot of time writing, and I've had a great accomplice, a young lady named Diana Helmuth, who's up in the Seattle area, who's been my co-author on the last few books, which has given me a little time to work on some projects that might be less marketable but are interesting to me. But the 50 Places books have kind of paid the rent.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you do then, you've told me in the past, is that you people in other cities and other countries even recommend to you the best places. Yeah,
what we try to do whenever we're doing a new 50 Places book is try to reach out and find experts who have experience in the field of endeavor.
Right.
You know, in the case of the Travel with Your Dog book, we talk to people who are focused on either dog travel or working with dogs, or having some connection to the creation of apparel or other products for dogs.
So one of the places you mentioned, first of all, is in Portland, is like Forest Park, great place to take your dog.
Right. Well, Portland is, you know, it's a great dog city. You know, you go to almost any cafe or pub, and dogs are certainly welcome outside, and some even inside, depending on whether food is being served there or not. Lots of green spaces, easy access to wonderful trails. And I think that the person I interviewed about Portland, Lynette Fidrich, she owns a company called Cycle Dog, and it's a company that makes leashes and other dog accessories from old bike tires.
That's great.
So what could be, or inner
more
tubes,
Portland than
what could be more Portland, right?
I love it. Yeah, there are so many places to take your dog in the Portland area. All right, let's go to Bend, another great place to take your dog.
Absolutely. You have that same kind of pub and cafe culture. You have the high desert meeting the mountains, so you have lots of different trails to take your dog on. And of course, in the summertime, you have all the great water nearby. And the shot we're seeing here is up on one of the Cascade Lakes. But you also can take a dog on a paddleboard on the calmer sections of the Deschutes. So there's always lots of places nearby to cool your dog off.
Yeah, it feels like when I've been to Bend, everyone has their dog with them, no matter what they do.
I think it's true of a lot of outdoorsy places.
Yes.
You know, places like in Wyoming or Idaho that are appealing to outdoors-oriented travelers.
Right.
They know people like to bring their dogs. The outdoorsy person and dog are kind of equated with each other.
Right. Vancouver, BC.
Vancouver, BC, again, has that same Pacific Northwest vibe, very outdoorsy, dog-friendly. You have a great amenity there is Stanley Park, and the person in the photo is kind of looking from Stanley Park back on the city, but Stanley Park has hundreds of miles of trails. There's the famous seawall where you can walk all the way around the park with exposure to the ocean. You also have in Vancouver the fun little boats that you can take. They're the little mini ferries that you can take from downtown to some of the other neighborhoods that are across the water, and your dogs are welcome on those. So great place to take little mini trips during the day while you're in Vancouver.
And did you mention Granville Island?
Granville Island, that's one of the spots where you can go across Falls Creek, and a lot of great restaurants and eateries for dogs and people there.
Love it. Now, Bruges, is that how you say that?
Bruges.
Bruges, sorry.
In Bruges, Belgium. Yeah, I was really surprised when someone talked about how dog-friendly Bruges is, and they described the person I interviewed who owns that in there. They said that they had moved from England, and it was kind of a cold, rainy fall day, and they went very tentatively into a pub, wondering if they could take their dog in, and the people in the pub were much more attentive to the dog than they were to them. And it turns out that, you know, all the pubs and restaurants welcome dogs. They even brought a chair out for the dog and the dog's water before they served them their beer. So
that makes a lot of sense.
And I have to say, in Bruges, it's a wonderful medieval city. It was really kind of the center of the commerce of Europe and in the 1400s, because it was a kind of a key shipping place. But now the medieval architecture makes it a great tourist spot. And it's where the movie In Bruges was filmed, which was one of Martin McDonagh's first films, and it's a Colin Farrell movie. It was a wonderful movie. That's what initially got me thinking about that as a possible place.
That sounds wonderful. I love that. And Japan, there's a Doggy Island? Is
Doggy's Island is this resort that's about 60 kilometers east of Tokyo, and it really is a dog-friendly resort created for dogs. So there are lots of different pools where the dogs can swim. There are lots of dog runs that are misted to keep the dogs cool in the summer.
Great. Yeah.
The menus are all catered towards dogs, and there's a cook that cooks for the dogs and for the humans.
Are you serious?
So it's a really place where we use the term pampered pooch sometimes, and that really applies to Doggy's Island.
So you have a chef for the dog and the chef for the people.
I think it might be the same chef, but
No.
everything's coming out of the kitchen.
Gotcha.
No pre-prepared food.
Oh, I see. They're eating human food. I gotcha. The book again is 50 Places to Travel with Your Dog Before You Die. Chris, thank you so much.
Helen,
Great to see
always
you
great
again.
to see you too.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.